Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the week of November 25th. This week you have this Go the Distance card and this Clean It Up card. I think that it is a great time to clean up anything that you want to clean up. Could literally be your house, or it could be your energy that you are cleaning up. And retrogrades are a great time to do that, to clean up when you clean up your environment, then it helps clean up the energy. So I would definitely recommend it. A lot of people have been getting this Go the Distance card, and I think that we are in a time where if we want something, we really have to go for it and just make it happen and not stop. And that's what that card basically says, is that you have to set your eyes on a goal or something that you want to achieve and then just not stop. You have the Hierophant, the Queen of Wands, and the Hangman in your first row here. The Hierophant can represent a lot of things, marriage, traditions, things like that. But with the Queen of Wands, I kind of feel that the Hierophant is talking about outside the box thinking. He is thinking inside the box. He has a belief system and a belief structure, and he is teaching these two initiates in front of him this belief structure that he has. But there might be better ways to do things in life, or there might just be other ways to do things in general. And so sometimes I feel he's just talking about kind of like needing to think outside the box. And you do end with the Eight of Swords in the same row there at the top. And it's the Eight of Swords is coming up in the good stuff, and that could literally mean that you are finding an outside-the-box situation or solution to whatever you're dealing with, because the Eight of Swords, her problem is that she's only looking at one way to solve her problem when there are many. So, again, a lot of you, I think, are just thinking outside the box. You have the Queen of Wands. I'm pretty sure I've said this to you before, that a lot of you, it just seems to me like Aries is, maybe feeling more like an Aries. It's like you're getting into your true form, your true energy, you're embracing who you really are. And again, this is a good thing. It's obviously not a bad thing, and I feel it's going to feel good. I mean, you have two aces also in this reading, the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So, I think a lot of you are just excited for the future. Maybe you're feeling more enthusiastic and excited for the future with the Queen of Wands. I also feel like part of this could be the Hangman. The Hangman can say that you've been waiting for something for a long time. He's waiting for enlightenment, but now his head is glowing, so he has sacrificed the use of his arms and his legs so that he can gain enlightenment. He's done this so he can find answers, but now his head is glowing, so he has the answers, and it's time for him to get started. And like I said, we have two aces right here. Two aces are, aces kind of represent new beginnings or fresh starts or starting over or doing something again or whatever. The list goes on and on there. And so I think even the Magician can represent needing to have a new start or needing to get started on something new. So I think a lot of you are kind of just getting started here on something new, or you're having a new beginning. With the Hierophant, you have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, I would be more flexible as well. The Hierophant, I was definitely getting inside the box thinking. The Seven of Wands, he's trying to defend his position at the top of a hill, so he literally could be defending a position on something that he believes in. And, there's nothing wrong with that, Aries, to defend your beliefs, but, I kind of feel with that Eight of Swords that there just might be a better way to do things, and by being more flexible and, more willing to find other ways to do things, I think that will lead to more success. And that's what I kind of get here on the Seven of Wands, is that it's just saying, what it really is I think it could be the King of Swords. The King of Swords can be like a mentor or someone who comes in and teaches you things. It's kind of funny. If you've ever watched one of those shows, like one of those restaurant rescue shows, right? It's like the owner is always super resistant to changes and never wants to change. But Gordon Ramsay, who is an restaurant expert, comes in and tells them what to do, and they don't want to do it at first, and then they do it and they win. It's that's the feeling I get from your reading. And I'm not calling you out or anything, but it's almost like you have certain beliefs, which everybody does, about whatever you do, and it's almost like there's someone coming into your life. I'm not saying it's Gordon Ramsay, but it's a person who might be an expert or a mentor, and I think they could have some really good guidance for you, so I would stay open. With the Queen of Wands, yeah, I literally said that you're more excited for the future on the Queen of Wands, and you have the Three of Wands, which he is looking forward into the future. He's a card of expansion and growth, so a lot of you could be expanding or growing at this time with the Three of Wands as well. With the Hangman, you have the Three of Cups. A lot of kind of one of the surprising things to me at the end of the year here has been just how many social cards people have been getting. with all the retrogrades, you don't really think of a retrograde time as being a time of socializing. Usually people are more withdrawn or, kind of want to keep to themselves and all those other things. But, it seems to me like you are more social, or you're being more social at the end of the year here, and so is everybody else. So I would encourage it, and I think socializing is a good thing, of course. And again, that could be, this right here, we go Ace of Cups to the King of Swords. This could be a person who has really good advice for you, and I would listen. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this T-Rex card. It says Alchemy, Raw Power, and Base Chakra. You have this Echidna. It says Homebody, Defensiveness, and Danger Sense. So I would definitely say with that Seven of Wands, of course, put up appropriate boundaries. Same thing with the Echidna as well. A lot of you, I think if you are spending time at home, that you're working on your environment, like I said with that cleaned it up card, like you're doing things to protect your environment, you're doing things to heal in your environment, all that other good stuff. So, that's kind of like what I feel for you here with these cards. I think it is an amazing time for alchemy. Like if you want something to change in your life, to just change it. It's just that simple, really. And so I think it would be a great time to change things. You have the Six of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Magician. They're not really love reading, but there could definitely be a love offer, for those of you that want it. Six of Cups, to me, does not represent someone from the past. It can represent thinking about the past, but usually the Six of Cups is like a new soulmate. And, you have the King of Swords there, so it could be someone who's, like, hard to read, or it could be someone who's, like, more mature. Could be an air sign, doesn't have to be, could be any sign. They could just be coming off as a King of Swords type person. I feel like this person is, like, very decisive and, like, definitely, definitely, like, a leader type energy that I get here. So, again, I think this is a person who definitely likes to take the lead in life, and that's probably what you're attracting here, if you want love. You also have the Ace of Cups, same thing. Again, definitely could be a love offer. It would be something that makes you very happy with the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is overflowing, and it's definitely kind of very peaceful as well. This could be a very peaceful connection. So, looks good if you want love. If you don't want love, I think that, and even if you do, I think that all of you, we're in a very heart-based time, as I always say to you, where you are born very close to Taurus, and we have Uranus in Taurus, which, there are some elements to that have to do with following your heart. And I think that the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups are both saying, follow your heart. Your heart is telling you to do things, and you have to do them. You have the Magician. Definitely, I think you're seeing how you create your own reality. And I think you're seeing how, like, certain actions obviously have certain results. And like I said, it's almost like the Magician isn't saying anything in your reading other than you are seeing changes that happen based off the things that you do, or maybe you're realizing that you can attract abundance into your life, or you can attract whatever you want into your life. And again, I think this is a good thing, because if you can see it, then you can duplicate it and do it again, and you're just kind of seeing what actions you need to take to get to where you're going. With the Six of Cups, you have the Four Wands. There you go. I mean, again, yeah, if you want love, definitely could be marriage. We have the Hierophant, Four Wands. We have this King of Swords here. I think this person is, like I said, I think that for some of you, if you want love, this could be a person that's hard to read at first, like I said, or, maybe you're wondering about a person. Sometimes I feel that with the King of Swords, that he can represent a person that we haven't met, maybe, or like maybe we work with a person, but we don't like really know who they are. And I definitely get that energy off this reading. So, again, you might be already interested in a person, you're not quite sure, but again, it looks good. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Nine of Wands, and going this way, we have Seven of Wands and Nine of Wands. They're both cards of boundaries, and they're both cards of protecting yourself. A lot of you could be trying to protect your heart. Like I said, I'm not too worried about it, because we have this Ace of Wands right here. So even if some of you are not sure if you're ready for love, or, if you're not sure if you're ready to open up, I do feel you will probably open up to this person if it's a person. I would also say for all of you that the Seven of Wands is a card of persistence. The Nine of Wands is a card of perseverance. They both kind of represent not giving up, which I feel I've said to you in your last reading as well. So if you are working on something new, especially Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, this would be like a new project, new idea, a new direction, or you're either that or you're thinking about reinventing yourself with this Magician, then I would say this is saying, like, don't give up. Keep doing what you're doing. With the Magician, you showing up here as the Emperor. So whenever you show up as yourself, puts you in a position of power and strength and really allows you to get what you want from the reading. The Emperor is about taking control, and really making things happen. So I would say that this Emperor is saying that you are in control of your reality with that Magician, and I feel you are realizing that. I feel like something has happened for you here, Aries, and if this hasn't happened yet, I think that it's about to, but I almost feel like something is going to surprise you. Not like, some sort of clickbait surprise here. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, I feel like, let's say you're launching a new project with this Ace of Wands. I just feel like the results are probably going to be like a little bit more motivational. Maybe that's a better way to put it, right? It's like maybe that it's not perfect, but I think you're getting a better result than you thought, especially if you're launching a new project or doing something. And I think it's going to like motivate you to do it more. And I would definitely, with the 7 of Wands and the 9 of Wands, I would really double down on that motivation, like stay motivated, right? Next in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Believe in the Impossible card. Again, maybe this is why you're like a little bit surprised by the result you're getting on something. I'm getting like a project or like you're launching something. So you could be like launching a business, launching a product, something. And again, I think you do need to believe in the impossible. I think everybody does right now. We have Neptune and Pisces. We have Saturn and Pisces. As I always say, Neptune and Pisces is that big impossible dream. Saturn says, if you get to work, you can have it. So I think everyone should try to get something impossible. You have this have faith in your dreams. Yes, definitely. I think there's something you've always wanted. And you're the only sign that gets this message. Like there's something that you've always thought you would be, and I think you are closer than ever. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy or that you're going to, have this dream overnight, but I do feel you need to continue doing what you're doing because, I think you're closer than ever. It's like if you don't give up 7 of Wands, 9 of Wands, you will get it. You have the King of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. We already talked about how this could be love, but I always look at the King of Swords as a mentor. I always look at him as a person who can, like an expert who can solve your problems very quickly as well. So if you're dealing with anything like legal or medical, obviously go see a lawyer, go see a doctor. He represents a person, and it doesn't even have to be a he, it could be any gender. And, this is just a person that can solve your problems very quickly because they are an expert, and that's popping into my head. I would also say that, again, I do feel some of you could have a person who's very close to you going this way that provides you with really good information. It's probably going to be outside the box information or something that you don't really accept, right? Like I'll give you a good example, right? My mother used to say to me all the time that I was working too hard, and it used to piss me off, right? Because I'm like, no, this is how life is. You're supposed to work hard, and you're supposed to, and it's supposed to equal a result. But I was getting 0 results at the time, negative money in my bank account at that time, and I was working too hard, and it used to piss me off. But you know what? She was right. Once I stopped like trying to force things to happen, it worked. And it's like, that's the type of advice that I think you're going to get. It's going to be something where you're like, no, that's not true. Or no, that pisses me off, right? When people tell me to do that. But at the same time, with the 8 of Swords and the good stuff, it kind of looks like it's the advice that you need, and it's going to probably set you free. So if you get any advice like that, I would listen. You have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is about listening to your heart. She has that big cup in front of her. I always say it kind of looks like a trophy. It doesn't even look like a cup. And so, it kind of represents the fact that she really values her heart, like what her heart is telling her to do. And I would listen at this time. You have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. Definitely big changes coming in for Aries over the next few years, even right now. So, I think a lot of you could be making these changes that cause growth. And, I feel some of you, I also get something about, like, you could be discovering something that you're really good at, like randomly. It's like maybe you are helping your friend plan a wedding, and maybe you discover that you're really good at it, and could turn into a business. So that was just an example, but I would just, anything that you discover that you're good at, I would do more of it with this Ace of Wands. With the King of Swords, you have the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords, it says something is dead, done, over with. But I kind of feel this is a blessing in disguise. I'll show you here. He's making this symbol right here with his hand, and it represents a blessing. It's the same symbol that the Hierophant is making. So, this could say that maybe you're meeting a new person, and you're seeing how something from the past that didn't work out was a blessing. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Fool. Yeah, I mean, taking a leap of faith towards your heart, it will always make you, some people will call you out for it, right? It's like if you tell people that you're going to start like a cupcake factory out of your kitchen, people are going to tell you that you're crazy. So the Fool is all about being willing to look foolish, and I always say that, like anyone who's done anything important, people have always told them that they are foolish. So, again, I always tell people, like, who cares, and do it anyway. And that's what I would do with the Fool. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Chariot. Definitely some sort of victory coming in for you. It's like you're charging towards this new beginning with the Ace of Wands. The Chariot is quick movement and moving very quickly towards something new. So he is leaving the city behind him, and he's doing this to set himself apart. I think a lot of you are kind of like setting yourself apart. Even the Magician says you're reinventing yourself. You are changing, and I don't think you're really changing. I think that you are you've always probably been this energy, but people just haven't seen it. And so maybe people are like, I kind of get that feeling that maybe people are telling you that you have changed. And, whenever someone tells me I've changed, I'm like, yeah, damn straight. I'm not the same like you for 30 years, right? And so we are meant to change. We are not like some static being that's only supposed to be one thing. And I think this is reminding you of that. Next in the area of the good stuff, you have this Rest and Endings card and this Creator God card. Yeah, really creative time. I really like this Pluto and Aquarius energy for creation or creating something new, And so I think that you could be creating pretty much anything new. I think that, again, during times of retrograde, getting extra rest is always a good idea. You have the Eight of Swords, Five of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction, but it's coming up in the good stuff. So like I said earlier, I think you're finding better ways to do things in your life. And yeah, this is just going to lead to more success if you do that. So love it. You have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is conflict and competition. So a lot of you could be or have experienced conflict or competition in your life. And, the Five of Wands is kind of like overcoming conflict and competition in the good stuff. I look at this card of as these people are learning how to fight. They are using sticks. They're not using swords. And I feel for a lot of you that you have learned things that are going to make you more successful. And it could be through conflict, but, again, I kind of think this is a good thing, not a bad thing, obviously. It's coming up in the good stuff. And you've learned a lot. You have the Eight of Pentacles. I really like this for you, Aries. I think you're getting much better results for the work that you do. Again, I think you're a little bit surprised. Not like, overwhelmingly surprised here. That's not what I'm feeling. But I just feel like, it's like I said earlier, it's almost like you're putting something out into the world, and maybe it's not perfect, but, I think you're getting a better result than you normally would, and it feels very motivating to me, and for some reason, I feel like I need to say that you should keep that motivation going, like, do whatever you can to stay motivated, because, again, I think that will just lead to even more success in whatever you're working on here. But Eight of Pentacles is, material success on the horizon, making, more money in the future, so really good. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups in the good stuff would say you're turning around. You are seeing these two cups, and then you're getting this bridge in the castle. So it's like you're finally releasing something in your life, and you're getting the rewards for letting go, right? With the Five of Wands, you have the Eight of Swords again. So like I said, I think that you are setting yourself free because it's coming up in the good stuff. And, this could also be you removing yourself from something that has caused conflict in your life or does cause conflict, and you're just setting yourself free. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Star. The Star is about kind of having a North Star, and I would also say that with the Four of Wands going down to the Star, the Four of Wands with the Star would kind of represent committing to one thing. It would represent committing to like one big goal, wish, dream, something that you want to accomplish, and that's exactly what I would do here with that Star card. You have this Career card, and this is really good. So, really good changes in career or whatever you do to make money. Even if you're retired, there could be there could be something coming in for you money-wise, which is good. You have this Angel. It says spiritual guidance, protection from harm. So I think you are protected at this time. Five of Wands, Seven of Wands. It kind of says that really that you're the one that's doing the protecting. You're protecting yourself. But, again, I think your guides, ancestors, angels, whatever you want to call them, are protecting you. You have this younger woman card. It says dealings or relationships, a younger woman. You have this rooster. It says an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. We have Mars going retrograde at the end of the year, and everybody gets like this card or one of the cards that's very similar. And I would definitely say I would be careful of anyone like this just in general. Could just be a younger person in general. You have this wealth card. Yeah, we see a lot of, potential wealth increases in your reading. I kind of feel like this is going to be a little bit longer of a process, as in you are building wealth at this time. It's it's not popping into my head as something that you're just going to have today, I think, but again, this is not a bad thing. They say easy come, easy go. So I think this is, it's not like you're going to be poor, over the next few years. I just think that you're building success over the next few years. And again, I think that the important thing with that is it's going to be success that actually lasts, not something that just disappears just as quickly as it showed up. So, again, that's a good thing. You have this ear card. It says good news on it. Definitely could be some good news. We don't really see any news in this reading. My good news card is either the Ace of Pentacles or the Page of Pentacles. I think can also be a good news card, but definitely could be some sort of good news coming in for you, and I like it. So really nice reading here, Aries. Looks really good. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.